Hi, my name is Brooke Razan and I'm the assistant principal at Sandy Elementary. We have 596 students. Of those students, 359 are on free and reduced lunch, and 116 are considered English language learners. My first example is coming from a second grade classroom. He is about a 2, has a 2 on the WIDA score. And my first example is a writing example, and I just wanted to show it's a math problem. It's a math number problem, word problem. And it says, Mr. Miller's hobby shop has 3 window displays. One is for posters, one is for paint cans, and one is for crayon boxes. The displays are described at the right, which display has the least number of items. So the question asks, what are you supposed to find? So this student put down first, he put posters in the first display. Next, he put paint of can in next display. Last, he put crayon boxes in the display. The first thing that I noticed about his writing was the fact that he put in first, next, and last. Those transition words are somewhat difficult for students to master in explaining the order. And I love that he, without any direction, chose to put those into his writing. The one thing also that is obvious is he was not sure what he was supposed to, how to answer the question, and so in turn he kind of copied the words from the word problem, but then again added those transition words. So that was an interesting example. And then my second example is similar. It's a second grade math class. And so they were being asked if there were 2 bookshelves and there was 7 books on each shelf, how many books are there in all? And so as I was speaking with this student and having him explain his thinking and what he was writing on his whiteboard, his answer was, I know 7 plus 7 is 14. And so he has 7 books. So I draw 7 of them and he has it in the bookshelf. And he have 2 of them. So he has 7 in each row. So I write 7 in each row. The interesting part is on the whiteboard, he actually has labeled it 1 and 2, and then put 7 circles, next to the 1 and 2, indicating that on the bookshelf 1, there's 7 books, and on the next shelf, which is number 2, he's got 7 books. And he knows, he had said to me, 7 and 7 is 14, and I remember that from my doubles rap, which is a song. So when I was looking at his writing, it's obvious he understands how to create a picture and to figure out the answer. But when it comes to writing out his thinking, which is obviously a more complex task, that was a little bit tricky for him to be able to do. He, I think, in general knows the concept of two different shelves and 7 books on all. You probably noticed that he used the wrong tense in many of his verbs, but overall, he understood the concept and was at least able to represent it in picture form on a whiteboard. So I would say that further instruction would be to just work on explaining their thoughts and breaking it down into steps for them to be able to explain their math thinking. My last example comes from a first grade student who is new to the country. He's been here for about 6 months. He is an energetic little guy. And he is a part of our after-school program where I run that after school. And so he gets to see me every day. The majority of the time he sees me is after school because he's obviously in his classroom all day. So the other day I was walking down the hall and he saw me and he's walking with the speech pathologist and he's jumping up and down and very excited and says, "Me see you, me see you." And I just realized what he was referring to is that he sees me after school in the after school program. And I said, "Yes, you see me in the after school program." And the speech pathologist said, where do you see her?" And his answer was, "School shark. Me see you, school shark." And it was interesting. As we know, in English, we typically put the adjective before the noun, and it's very common in Spanish that they flip that, and so, it will be the house of red instead of the red house, and so Brandon was meaning, shark school is what we call it, but referring to it as school shark. I thought it was extremely impressive. After 6 months, he's able to know that he is me, that I am you when he's referring to me, and uh, able to say school shark, realizing that that is the place that he sees me every day after school. Um, Obviously, all three of these examples all had different WIDA scores and were in different levels. Uh,